Tasman Resources has won a controversial 4-year battle to dig for millions of tonnes of iron sands off the coast of South Taranaki. In a split decision, the Environmental Protection Authority has approved the application, making Tasman Resources the first company ever to be allowed to mine in New Zealand's exclusive economic zone. However, opponents have already indicated they'll appeal the ruling. Here's our reporter Eric Frickberg.
Tasman Resources wants to dig up 50 million tonnes of sand from the South Taranaki ocean floor each year and extract 5 million tonnes of iron ore. It would dump the residue back into the 66 square kilometre area of mined seabed in the exclusive economic zone of Patea. The private company lost one application for the right to do this, but a return to the Environmental Protection Authority has proved successful. However, the chief executive of the authority, Alan Freeth, says conditions will be imposed.
Before any mining can occur, conditions require Tasman Resources to undertake 2 years of environmental monitoring. The conditions also require Tasman Resources to provide a written offer to tangata whenua for advice and involvement in monitoring activities.
But this isn't enough for South Taranaki's Ngāti Ranui, which has long opposed ocean floor mining off its coastline. Hemi Narewa is also upset with how the decision was settled, since the authority's decision-making committee was split 50-50 on the proposal.
I see that was 50-50, and the chairperson had the casting vote. Shouldn't he stick with the status quo? 2 years ago, the people that opposed the seabed mining, including Ngāti Ranui and others, they won it. I'm not a lawyer. Shouldn't that chairperson be supporting the status quo?
The majority view held that while the seabed mining would have adverse impacts on the environment, they wouldn't be permanent. However, Kevin Hackwell of Forest and Bird isn't so sure.
We're talking about a really important marine area. It has blue whales, a critically endangered species. There's another 14 whale species that are there again all year round, and this mining operation is going to make it very difficult for those animals.
Tasman Resources has always argued the scheme has huge economic advantages for the area, creating 300 jobs directly and adding $160 million to New Zealand's GDP. The company's executive chairman, Alan Eggers, is delighted to have won through, and he's got no qualms about the conditions imposed on him, a 2-year delay and consultation with the tangata whenua.
We're across those. Those were largely proposed by us in our original application, and they're no surprise at all. They're fine.
And Mr Eggers said the impact of mining would be temporary.
The immediate mining area where the crawler is extracting the iron sands, of course, the marine life will be destroyed. But we are backfilling as we go into previously mined area, and rehabilitation will effectively commence immediately.
Today's verdict was opposed by 2 of the 4 members of the authority's decision-making committee, Sharon McGarry and Jerry Tekapa Coates. Their dissenting report was also published. It argued the proposal would impose adverse environmental effects on the Patea shoals and on the interests of tangata whenua. They also said not enough information was provided to make a proper decision. Ngāti Ranui and Kiwis Against Seabed Mining say they want to appeal the verdict, but they can do so only on points of law. For Checkpoint, ko Eric Frickberg, 10A.